series. So my first question is, this series blends live action with special effects. There's a lot to it. Can you talk about the process of bringing the dinosaurs to life and the whole process of it?
I can start from a technical
Yeah,
perspective, if
yeah,
that's okay.
sure.
Newsflash, dinosaurs disappeared a long time ago,
No.
but we've brought them back.
Yes.
Our cast did an incredible job, really imagining these huge, massive creatures in front of them. We were in a virtual production environment the entire time, and so having to look at things that are representing where the dinosaurs' eyes are, where their nostrils are, where their faces are, and having to do that from an acting perspective. And then to translate that all the way into what you see as a final product. I mean, it takes hundreds of people to do this. It takes a lot of artists. It takes a lot of careful computer generated imagery work, CGI work to bring that to life. But we're super proud of what we've been able to do. We're super proud of how the actors really brought the dinosaurs to life in the ways that they respond to them. And we're super proud of what the artists were able to do in really bringing these creatures to life. They
Yeah,
are
it's
living,
great.
breathing characters in our show. Yeah.
It looked great. Um, so getting along with that and, with it being for this is for the actors, how do you keep these performances grounded with all the CGI and not necessarily having something there and having to act out your scenes? How do you make these, was it hard to do and how do you make it grounded? This is for the actors.
Sure. Yeah, I think for me, I think we can all agree that there was a certain level of challenge to it all. I mean, using your imagination when things aren't there. I mean, it's fun, but it is challenging. And I think I do feel like I had the easy job though, compared to the artist that spent so many months and years like developing this. But while we were filming, finding the bond, the genuine bond, and the connection between this creature that technically isn't there and myself was really important to make sure that I felt like I was actually talking to someone, or I felt like there was actually something there because Ajax is an entity in himself, and he is my dinosaur, and that's what kept my performance grounded for me.
Great.
Yeah, and I feel like for me and with my bond with Pulse, you know, I really tried to tap into that inner child and like Jalen said, imagine like Pulse is like a being that I can talk to. It is my friend, and we are connected, and just really centering myself within that sort of childlike wonder and belief that they were in front of us was how I stayed grounded in this, production. But truly, like Jalen said as well, it's everyone behind the scenes and behind the camera that really I feel like had the harder job of translating that into, what we see in Armorsaurs today.
Great. And adding to that, what was the some of the inspirations for the main trio? How do you get your individual personalities to complement your dinosaur partners?
Okay, yeah. Or does anyone else want to take it? I can go. Sure. For me, Liam, and the trio, the teamwork, I think there not so as much inspiration for us and our dynamic, rather than actually spending the moments and building the bond as actual people and as actual cast members as a
Yeah.
part of creating a project is really what influenced our performances. Our cast dinners or karaoke nights, as we talk about so often, really influenced how we interacted with each other on screen and really helped build that teamwork dynamic. So yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I really saw the rapport develop over the course of our filming too. I think there was an immediate connection between all of us, and I think perhaps part of casting is also like finding people that you want to live and work with for 3 months straight, and I think we really lucked out on that front. So having a team that you can rely on. To your last question too, I think I relied on my castmates to ground scenes. Like I having them, you're imagining everything else, but having them to steady myself in and and make sure that there's so many fantastical elements and sci-fi elements in the show. So for example, episode 3 with Sadie, there was a lot of interpersonal drama between us as sisters, and grounding ourselves in what that really feels like, what the ups and downs of sisterhood really feel like amidst everything else that's flying around, and we're on a spaceship and there's dinosaurs. But it was huge and fundamental to me to have each other. And on the dinosaur front, I think the Blaze, knowing that Blaze had her own personality, that she was sassy and feisty and all of these beautiful things, I would try to make sure anytime I was engaging with her, I was imbuing her with those qualities at all times. So it wasn't just a dinosaur, it was a personality that I was engaging with.
Great.
And if I could add real quick,
Yeah.
so much of acting is reacting.
Yeah.
And the idea was that whatever the actors were imagining, they would react to things. And we would make sure on the post-production side that we were responding to those things and making sure that the dinosaurs are responding to those things. So I think that's how you really bring characters to life and that relationship to life. And so that's a huge credit to these guys.
Great. So Kevin, what I know that this was filmed in South Korea, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What are the biggest challenges in adapting, and this was based on the original, right? Okay.
Mhm.
What is it adapting that into a new animated format for the Western audiences? What challenges did you entail with that?
Yeah, so we knew that the original show had so many incredible elements that we wanted to pull into our version of the show, from the ways that the dinosaurs armored up, the actual design and the assets themselves.
Yeah.
Um, but we knew that the challenge would be, how do you take this complex world that's been created and adapt it towards families and kids? And so that's when, working together with MGA, they came up with the concept of having these 5 core teenage pilots, and really making sure that the world revolves around them and that they would be the eyes and the perspective into the world. And so simplifying the world and making it accessible, I think, to more people was definitely something that we did to be able to make the show more grounded, and being able to make the show more intimate. The world is huge, the universe is huge, but what we really wanted to do was bring you into the lives of these 5 pilots and make sure that as long as you identify with one of them, we're going to get you from the beginning to the end of our first season. And so I think making sure that this show is grounded, even though there's so many fantastical elements. I mean, honestly, in the age of AI, when you can write any prompt and just kind of have it come up with a story, in some sense, you could almost do that with so much of the VFX and animation techniques that are out there. But really grounding it in human characters, I think, is what makes our show really distinct. And the fact that we have these 5 cast members who really bring themselves to the roles, I think, is super special.
Great. For the actors, what would you say was the most fun part of filming, if you had to give one thing, and the most difficult as well?
Oh my God, having a sister. I don't have siblings, but in general, like the bond with the whole like pilot team and just our whole cast was amazing. But I really like genuinely cherish my connection with Aviana, and we would have like our little thing outside of like filming. Like we have to have like our daily hug, and that usually was like, 8 hugs a day. And we have like our little handshake, and like those types of things are just so special to me personally at least.
Yeah, I mean, I have to hop in after that. Um, yeah, truly. I think the little bits of human life that make your day feel special, like the person that you get to hug every day, or like our secret handshake that we do when we walk out, like those
Hmm.
little
You
things
know it.
that made our day, I hope as the seasons go on, trickle into the show, because I think a lot of what makes our day-to-day life special and the connections in our day-to-day life that feel special translate. So I think Kevin made that point earlier, but having all of us sort of work in tandem to highlight those little things that really change the game.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
For me, I just have to say the same thing. It was getting to know and getting to meet all of these incredible people that truly changed my life. And I think getting to get closer with Sadie and Aviana and Jacob and Derek and Kevin, and getting to meet everyone's families, and it's like such a big, it really does feel like a big family. And without that dynamic, I truly believe the dynamic in the show wouldn't work. And I think we really found so much love there. And that's what was the best part of filming for me.
Great. Um, for Kevin, I think when I watched it, I thought the all the aesthetics, the mechanical aesthetics, it was great. How did the team decide on which direction to take that? I know it's, pretty much there's a lot to be done, and how did you decide on that process?
Are you talking about the armor and
Yes, the
the
armor.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So the original creators of the original Armorsaurs show, they actually came up with that
Okay.
concept, and that's actually what drew us to the project to begin with.
Okay.
There were clips of the transformation or the armoring up sequences for each of the dinosaurs that had gone viral online a number of years ago, and coming across those, it was like, oh, this is that show. We have to make sure that we keep this because it's an incredible amount of work for a TV show to have that level of quality. Um, so we wanted to make sure for our version of the show actually that the pilots matched. And so that's what actually also makes our show unique and different from the Armored Source show is that the actual armored pilots themselves is that we have characters that are also in the same armor that the dinosaurs are in. And so that continues to reinforce the idea that these teenagers are actually bonded to their dinosaurs by having them in the same suits. And as somebody who grew up watching a lot of TV shows similar to this and watching and reading a lot of comic books, I mean, being able to bring armored heroes to life has been an absolute dream and an absolute joy. And I cannot wait to get the toys in the hands of, kids who I think are going to absolutely go bonkers over all of this stuff.
Great. And my last question is, I think there's a season two, right? Gonna be? Okay. Could you give us any hint on any plot or any new dinosaurs or anything you can hint at without giving anything away? I know that's a hard question.
Ooh, it
Like,
is.
well, tell us what happens, but don't.
I think everyone's character evolves in a really significant way.
Hmm.
There are new arcs for each of the pilots. There are new villains and like tons of new challenges and new different types of bots and creatures that we face off against. So I'm gonna stop myself there.
Okay. Great.
We can't say much, but just like Aviana said, there's so many new situations and so many new things that the Armor Source pilots are going to get themselves into that that are different from season one. New adventures, more uh higher stakes adventures.
Great.
And adding on to that, I think truly you get to see that family, aspect between the five of us really truly grow, with our characters and with the audience. And so I think that's going to be really exciting for people to see.
Mm. I will say that the events of season one impact every single character in a very significant way. And so with season two, you actually get to see the fallout of all of those things in a way that I think is really, really fantastic. So that's what I can say.
Great. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm all all that stuff, and I'm excited for it to debut. Thank you very much for talking to me today.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much,
Okay.
Melissa.
You guys
Mother
have
of
a great
Taylor.